Welcome to the channel. I want you to take a deep breath. Case? And just imagine something with me for a moment. Imagine standing in front of someone and speaking English confidently. No fear. No hesitation. No shame. Just clear, calm English flowing. From your mouth like you've been speaking it your whole life. Sounds impossible. Maybe people told you that you can't do it. Maybe you tried before and failed. Maybe you feel shy, nervous, or even embarrassed when you speak English. I understand, because I've been there too. And that's exactly why this video exists. This is not just another English lesson. This is your transformation story in the next few minutes. I'm going to take you step by step through a complete journey how to speak English in just 60 days. No magic, no fake tricks. Just a real path. Simple words, real motivation, real progress. This story is made for you, the beginner, the struggler, the dreamer who wants to speak English fluently but doesn't know where to start. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need expensive courses. All you need is the right direction, the right mindset, and the will to keep going. In this video, I will be your teacher, your guide, and maybe your friend. So don't skip, don't pause. Listen deeply. Every second matters. Because your 60-day journey begins right now, and by the end, you won't just learn how to speak English, you will believe that you can. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The first step to a Fluency. While me ask you a question. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever wanted to express something, but the words were not there? You knew what you wanted to say in your language, but when it came to English, your mind froze. That feeling of wanting to speak but being unable is painful. It feels like your voice is locked inside you. But imagine this instead. You walk into a room. People from different countries are speaking. You listen. You understand. You smile. You speak. Your voice is clear, confident, and natural. People look at you with respect. You join the conversation. You are not afraid anymore. You belong. That is the power of English. English is not just a language. It is a tool of connection. It is a door. When you speak English, you open that door. Behind it are opportunities, new friends, new jobs, new countries, new dreams. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to begin. My promise to YO now. Let me tell you something clearly. I will not teach you English the way schools do. I will not give you grammar charts. I will not ask you to memorize difficult vocabulary. I will not ask you to translate every word. No, I will teach you the way your brain naturally learns, the way children learn, the way your body understands without pressure. I will guide you like a friend, like a personal coach, like someone who has walked the path and is now reaching back to take your hand. This story you are listening to, this journey is not made of chapters and rules. It is made of emotion, repetition, habit, belief, and progress. I will take you from where you are now to a place where you can speak English, live in English, and feel confident in your English voice. all in 60 days. But only if you do one thing. Do not give up. Your reasons are power of URFU might be learning English because you want a better job. Or maybe you want to travel. Or you want to study in another country. Or you want to impress your friends. Or maybe just maybe you want to feel proud of yourself. Let me tell you this, all of those reasons are valid. You don't need to speak perfect English. You need to speak enough to express your heart, your ideas, your truth. You need to feel free, and the beautiful part, you already have everything you need. The only thing missing is action. Consistent, focused, daily action. And that's where I come in. Your mindset is EVRYTHIN Gillets talk about mindset. Your brain is your most powerful tool. But most people use it the wrong way. They say things like, I'm not good at English. I'm too old to learn. It's too hard. I don't have time. Let me tell you the truth. These are not facts. These are beliefs. And beliefs can change that. The first step in your journey is to change your mindset. Say this to yourself. Right now, out loud if you can. I can learn English. I will speak English. I don't need to be perfect. I only need to improve. And I will improve every single day. When you repeat this daily, your brain will start to believe it. And once your brain believes, your body will follow. Your mouth will open. Your voice will rise. Your words will come. This is how transformation begins, from belief to behavior to breakthrough. What happens in 60 days? Now let's imagine your future today. You may struggle with English. You may feel shy. You may make mistakes. But 60 days from now, you will feel something new. You will wake up, open your mouth, and words will come. You will understand English movies without subtitles. You will listen to someone from another country and answer without fear. You will record a video, write a message, or maybe even start teaching someone else. 60 days is not magic. It is momentum. You build it day by day, not by studying hard, but by studying smart, by showing up, by listening to this story, by letting your ears and tongue and brain connect to English in a natural, powerful way. Meet Alex, a student like Yo. Let me tell you a story. The story of a learner. Let's call him Alex. Alex was 28 years old. He worked as a mechanic. Smart, kind, but never finished school. He had never traveled, never spoken English. In school, he was told he was bad at languages. One day, his cousin from another country visited. She spoke fluent English. She laughed, told stories, shared her travels. Alex wanted to speak with her, but he couldn't. He smiled, nodded, but inside, he felt small. That night, Alex made a decision. He opened his phone, searched for how to speak English, and he found me. He listened to my voice. He followed this journey every day for 60 days. He listened while walking, while working, while cooking. No grammar books, no writing, just listening and speaking. At first, nothing changed. But on day 14, he noticed something. He could understand more. On day 20, he started replying out loud. On day 30, he recorded his voice for the first time. On day 45, he spoke to a foreigner for 2 full minutes without stopping. By day 60, he called his cousin in English. And they had a real conversation. That is not a fantasy. That is what happens when you train the right way. This is your training. Grow in D, your Yuan, day you listen to this, your English grows. Even if it feels slow. Even if you don't feel it today, it is happening. The brain needs repetition. The mouth needs exercise. English is like music. You don't learn it with charts. Learn it by hearing and repeating. So I give you permission to repeat after me, to speak out loud, to make mistakes, to forget and relearn, to enjoy the journey, your only job is to show up every day. This audio is your gym. And every sentence is a push-up for your English brain. Defeating the enemy. Faye Arlets talk about fear. Fear is the #1 reason people don't speak English. Not lack of knowledge, not grammar, not pronunciation, just fear. The fear of looking stupid. The fear of saying the wrong word. The fear of being judged. But listen to me carefully. Mistakes are your teachers. Every baby makes hundreds of mistakes before speaking their first sentence. And yet, we call them smart. You must be like the baby. Fall, get up, speak, make errors, laugh, try again. The more you speak, the less fear remains. Every sentence you speak is a victory. Every time you try, you win. You don't need to fight fear. Just walk past it. Keep speaking anyway. That is true strength. Small daily action equals big result. Now let's talk practically. I'm not asking you to study for hours. I'm asking for 15 to 30 minutes a day. That's all, but those minutes must be deep, not passive, not lazy. Active listening, repeating, speaking out loud, feeling the words. You will hear me. You will repeat me. You will copy the rhythm, the music, the feeling of English. You don't need perfect grammar. You need connection between your ears, mouth, and mind. And if you do this every day, the results will shock you. Your daily mentor here is something I want you to say every morning. Before you listen to this story, today I train my mouth. Today I grow my voice. Today I grow my voice. Today I become fluent. I will not stop. I will not fear. I am becoming who I was born to be. Say this every day. Say it in English. Say it with power. Let the words shape your day. How English feels in the mode tack. Now let's talk about something most teachers forget. How English feels in your mouth. Yes, your mouth. English is not just a language of rules. It's a physical practice. Your lips, tongue, and vocal cords all work together to make sound. If your mouth doesn't move correctly, your English sounds strange even if your grammar is correct. So what does this mean? You must train your mouth like a musician trains their fingers, like a dancer trains their body. Your mouth needs to practice the shapes and movements of English sounds. For example, English R is deep and soft, red. Run. Right English TH comes from the tongue between the teeth. Think, thank. This English L rolls off the top of the tongue. Like look, love. These sounds are not common in many other languages. That's why they feel wrong at first. But don't worry, your mouth will learn. You just need daily speaking. Even if it's just repeating words you hear, say them slowly at first, then faster, then say them while smiling, then say them while walking. Make your mouth love the shapes of English. This is how you become confident. What you hear becomes what you SPA. Have you ever heard the phrase, "You are what you eat"? Well, in language learning, you speak what you hear. Let me explain. Your brain has a special system called mirror neurons. These neurons copy what you see and hear. That's how babies learn so fast. They hear a sound like mama, and their brain starts practicing it automatically even before they say it. You can use this system to your advantage. If you listen to this story every day, your brain begins to mirror my voice, my rhythm, my pronunciation, my sentence patterns. Over time, those patterns become part of your brain's language system. That's why listening is more powerful than studying. Many people make the mistake of trying to learn by reading textbooks. They stare at pages full of grammar. But then when they try to speak, nothing comes out. Why? Because they didn't train their ears and mouth. That's why listening to English especially simple, clear, emotional English like this is your number. One tool. You hear it. You feel it. You copy it. Okay? You become fluent. English is not logic, it's music. Here's a secret. English is not a logical language. It's a musical one. Let me show you what I mean. Listen to these two sentences. I want to go. I want to. I wanna go. Both are correct. One is what you'll hear in real life. It's the second one. Because in spoken English, we don't talk the same way we write. We blend words. We connect them. We use rhythm. English sounds more like a song than a formula. So, if you try to learn English by studying grammar rules only, you miss the music. You sound robotic. You sound unnatural. People can understand you, but it feels strange. Instead, if you copy the rhythm of real speech, you sound alive. You sound natural. You sound like someone who knows how to communicate, not just pass a test. And the best way to learn that rhythm, you guessed it, listen and repeat. Listen and repeat. Don't read silently, listen out loud. Speak, copy, flow, repetition. Builds automatic affiliane swilets. Now talk about the power of repetition. I know some people say, repetition is boring. But here's the truth. Repetition is how your brain builds fluency. Think of your brain like a forest. The first time you try to say a sentence like, "I want to improve my English," it's like walking through thick jungle. The words get stuck. The path is slow. You get lost. But if you say the same sentence every day, guess what happens? You create a path, then a road, then a highway. The sentence becomes automatic. You don't have to think. You just speak. So when you hear something in this story that you like, repeat it. Say it 5 times. Say it 10 times. Walk around your room and say it like a mantra. Let it enter your muscle memory. That's how you become fluent, not by learning new things every day, but by practicing the same things again and again, until they become part of you. The silent killer, translating in your HID now, let's destroy. One bad habit, translating English in your head. This habit is dangerous. Many learners hear English and then quickly try to find the meaning in their own language. They take a sentence like, "Can you help me?" and they pause. They ask themselves, "What does that mean in my language?" Then they answer in their language, and then try to turn it back into English. By the time they speak, the conversation has already moved on. Let me be honest. This habit must die to speak English fluently. You must think in English. This takes time. It takes trust. But you can start today. How? By hearing simple sentences again and again. By repeating full phrases, not translating word by word. For example, don't learn "how are you" as 3 separate words. Learn it as one unit, one feeling, one rhythm. Then your brain starts using it naturally. This story helps train that, because I speak to you in simple, direct, emotional English. No confusion, no pressure, just natural growth. So from now on, don't ask, "What does this mean in my language?" Instead, ask, "How does this feel in English?" That is fluency. How to create an English LIF fluency. Doesn't live in books. Fluency lives in your life. If you want to become fluent, you need to surround yourself with English, not just during study time, but all the time. Let me show you how. Change your phone language to English. Set your music app to play English songs. Watch one short video in English every day. Speak to yourself while cooking, walking, brushing your teeth. Make English your background music. You don't need to understand everything. You don't need to translate. You just need to let English live with you. The more English your brain hears, the more comfortable it becomes. The fear melts. The confusion disappears. The words start to flow. You are not just learning English. You are becoming someone who lives in English. And that makes all the difference. Speak before you feel Ariadne. Me tell you something you might not want to hear. You will never feel ready. That's right. There will never be a perfect day to start speaking. You will never feel good enough to begin. And that's exactly why you must start now. Even if you only know 20 words, start using them. Even if you feel shy, start whispering. Even if you make mistakes, speak anyway, because speaking is not a result of fluency. Speaking is the cause of fluency. Think of it like swimming. You don't wait until you understand swimming before jumping into the water. You jump hand, you learn to swim. It's the same with English. The moment you open your mouth and try, you are growing. So speak now. Today, don't wait. Review the core principles of your success. Let's pause and review what we've learned so far in Chapter 1. These are your golden rules, your foundation for the next 60 days. Your mindset shapes your fluency. Believe you can speak. Expect mistakes. Love the process. Train your mouth. English sounds are physical. Practice speaking every day. Listen before you study. What you hear becomes what you say. Feed your brain good input. Repetition builds roads in the brain. Don't chase new words every day. Repeat known sentences until automatic. Stop translating. In your head, train your brain to think in English. Okay? Learn in full phrases, not single words. Surround yourself with English. Make it part of your daily life. Create an English environment. Speak before you're ready. Speaking is not the reward, it's the path. Start now, even if you feel unsure. Your mission for this week now, I give you a challenge. For the next 7 days, I want you to do one simple speak English for 5 minutes every day. Out loud, no excuses. It can be anything. Repeat what you hear in this story. Describe what you're doing right now. Talk about your favorite food. Say random English sentences while walking. Just speak. That's all. Even if your grammar is wrong. Even if your pronunciation is bad. Even if you feel silly. Why? Because when you do this, you're telling your brain, I'm not afraid anymore. I am an English speaker. And when you do this every day, you grow fast. Much faster than people who just study silently. So do it today, tomorrow, the next day. Don't break the chain. Chapter 2. Building your fluency foundation's second stage of your journey. You've made it through the first stage. That's not small. That's not easy. And if you're still listening now, it means something powerful. You're serious. You're not just wishing, you're moving. You've started the journey that most people only talk about, and now, in Chapter 2, you're going to build something that will stay with you for the rest of your life. You're going to build the foundation of fluency. Think of it like this. If your fluency were a house, Chapter 1 was preparing the ground. Now, in Chapter 2, we start building the walls, the windows, the roof. Every word, every phrase, every sentence you speak becomes a brick in that house. This chapter is not about speed. It's about strength. You're going to build habits, not just learn information. Because knowledge is not power used, knowledge is power. The power of daily exposure. Let's begin with one of the most powerful tools in your English journey. Daily exposure. If you want to speak English, your brain must be surrounded by English, not just once a week, not once in a while. Every single day. Think of your brain like a sponge. Okay? It soaks in whatever you give it. Okay? If you give it 10 minutes of English a day, it grows a little. If you give it 30 minutes, it grows faster. You live inside English as much as possible, activities. You start transforming without even realizing it. Let me give you an example. Imagine you listen to English for 30 minutes a day. That's it. It's just 30 minutes. In 1 week, that's 210 minutes over 3 hours. In a month, it's over 900 minutes, 15 hours. In 60 days, it's over 1,800 minutes. 30 hours of English in your ears. That's like watching 15 full English movies or reading 10 books out loud. That's the kind of repetition your brain needs to start thinking in English. So don't underestimate what a small daily habit can do. This story right now is one of those habits. Listening to this daily is rewiring your mind. You're not the same person you were before Chapter 1, your inner English voice. Now, I want to talk to you about something strange, but powerful. It's called your inner English voice. You may not have noticed it yet, but it's already beginning to form. That voice in your head that says, "This is water. I am walking. I feel happy." That voice is now starting to speak in English. This is one of the first signs that your fluency is growing. At first, that voice may be slow, quiet. It might sound like a whisper, but with practice, that voice gets louder and clearer. And one day, something amazing happens. Your thoughts begin to appear in English. That's when English becomes natural. That's when you stop translating in your head. That's when your brain says, "This is my second language now. I live here too." I encourage you talk to yourself in English. Yes, really. Out loud when possible. Or in your mind. When you wake up, say, "I am awake." When you cook, say, "I am making food." When you walk, say, "I am walking to the shop." These small phrases feed your English brain. Over time, they connect together like puzzle pieces and turn into sentences, stories, and conversations. The magic of simple sentences. Let's now talk about simple sentences. Many learners think they need big, complicated words to speak good English. That's not true. Some of the best English speakers use the simplest words because fluency is not about fancy wordsits. It's about clear communication. Let me show you. Here's a simple sentence. I am learning English. That sentence is short, easy, and yet it's powerful because it shows belief. It shows action. It tells the world something important about you. Now let's try another. I want to improve. Again, simple. But meaningful. You can say it in many situations. You can use it in conversations. It keeps your English natural. The goal is not to sound like a professor. The goal is to sound like you. In English, start by mastering the basics. I am, I like, I want, I feel, I need, These short beginnings can turn into hundreds of real sentences. Like, I am happy. I like pizza. I want to sleep. I feel tired. Need help. I have a question. Say them again and again. Mix them. Play with them. These are the real tools of fluency. Building your fluency with action VRBS. Now we go deeper. If you want to speak English, you must learn to describe your actions. That's what real speaking is, talking about what you do, feel, see, think, want, and need. Let me give you 10 core action verbs to build hundreds of sentences. Gedamakitsla. These 10 simple verbs. You can create endless combinations. For example, I go to work, I do my homework, I make food, I eat rice, I sleep early, I watch videos, I listen to English, I walk every morning, I talk to my friend, I read this story. These sentences may look basic, but they are real English. You will use them in daily life. And when you say them out loud, you are training your mouth, your rhythm, your flow. Start with these. Then add more later. These are your first tools. The role of energy in learning ENG. Let's stop for a moment and talk about something important. Energy learning a language is not just about words. It's about emotional energy. If your energy is low, you won't. Listen, if your mood is low, you won't speak. If your body is tired, your brain is slow. So how do we fix this? Simple. We use energy habits. Let me show you. Breathe deeply before listening to English. Oxygen helps your brain learn faster. Smile while speaking. It makes your brain feel happy and helps you pronounce better. Stand up when repeating. Your body gives you more energy to speak. Celebrate your small wins. Every time you say a new sentence, say yes, I did it. These small habits change how you feel. And when you feel better, you speak better. Always. The danger of perfecton. Let's destroy a dangerous idea, perfectionism. Perfection is the biggest enemy of progress. If you wait until your English is perfect before you speak, you will never speak. If you wait until you understand everything, you will never begin. So here's the truth. You will forget words. You will say sentences wrong. You will feel stupid sometimes. But guess what? That is normal. That is part of the process. Fluent people are not perfect. They are just persistent. They keep going even when they're wrong. Smile, correct, and try again. So give yourself permission to be bad. Yes, bad. Say bad sentences. Say them loudly. And then improve. That's how you win. Visualization. See your future SELF. Now, I want you to close your eyes unless you're walking. And listen to my voice. Imagine yourself in the future. It's day 60. You walk into a cafe. You sit down at a table. A tourist from another country is there. They ask you, "Excuse me? Do you speak English?" And you smile. You say, "Yes, I do." You ask them, "Do you need help?" They smile back. You talk, you laugh, you understand them. They understand you. In that moment, you realize you did it. You are no longer afraid. You are no longer learning. You are living in English. That future is real. That person is you. And every time you listen to this story, you are walking toward that future, step by step, word by word. What to do when you feel stuck, Kane. Now let's talk about a feeling that comes to every learner. It's called the stuck phase. Maybe you've already felt it. It's when you've been listening and speaking, but you suddenly feel like, I'm not improving. I still can't speak fast. I keep forgetting words. You feel frustrated. You want results. You want progress. But it feels like nothing is changing. This moment is very important because this is where most people quit. But you are not most people. Let me explain what's happening inside your brain. When you're learning a language, your brain goes through silent progress. That means it's learning under the surface, even if you don't feel it yet. It's like going to the gym. On the first 10 days, you don't see muscles, but your body is changing. Your heart is getting stronger. Your muscles are growing quietly. Language is the same. You might not feel fluent yet, but your brain is absorbing sound. Your mouth is remembering shapes. Your ears are catching patterns. So when you feel stuck, don't stop. Do this instead. Go back to something easy. Listen to an older part of this story again. Repeat simple sentences you already know. That builds confidence. Celebrate what you can do. Maybe you still struggle, but now you can understand 10 words you didn't know last month. That's progress. Keep your routine small. Even 10 minutes of listening and speaking will keep your engine running. You don't need to break through the wall. You just need to keep walking. And soon you'll realize the wall has disappeared. Mindset reset. Your struggle means growth. Go even deeper. There's a truth most learners don't know. Struggle is a sign of learning, yes. When something feels hard, that means your brain is changing. When you repeat a sentence and it feels difficult, that's a signal. It means your brain is stretching. It's forming new connections. It's building speed and memory. Struggle is not failure. Struggle is evidence that your brain is working hard to build fluency. It's like lifting weights. When your muscles hurt, that's not a bad thing. It means they're growing. Same with English, so don't hate the struggle. Celebrate it. Say to yourself, okay, this is the moment I grow. Every hard sentence, every confusing word, every time your tongue stumbles. That is growth in disguise. Using emotion to strengthen me more wine? Let's unlock one of your greatest tools. Motion. Did you know your brain remembers emotional experiences much more easily than boring ones? If I give you a list of 20 random words, you'll forget them tomorrow. But if you feel something, if a story makes you laugh, cry, or feel inspired, jewel, remember every word for years. That's why I don't teach with cold grammar lessons. I teach with stories, feelings, meaning, because emotion locks memory into your brain. So how can you use emotion to learn English faster? Here's how. Connect every word to a feeling. Don't just say happy. Smile when you say it. Feel happiness. Let the word touch your heart. Use your imagination. If I say the word run, imagine yourself running. See it in your mind. Hear your feet. Feel your breath. Repeat emotional phrases with power. Say, I will speak English. I am learning. I believe in myself. Say them like you mean them. Loud, proud, alive. When you feel what you speak, your brain remembers it faster. Your words become more than words. They become part of you. Audio is your secret WA poem. Let me tell you another truth. Your ears are the fastest way to fluency. Most people try to read English. They use textbooks. They write notes. But English is a spoken language. It lives in sound. That's why babies learn to speak before they learn to read. They hear voices. They listen every day. And slowly they begin to speak. You can do the same. If you want fast fluency, you must train your ears. That means listening to English every day, even if it's the same material. Repeating out loud to match the rhythm and melody. Listening while walking, cleaning, or resting. Your brain is like a music player. The more you hear English, the more it builds a library of sounds. That sound library becomes your voice. This story is your training ground. Every sentence you hear is building your fluency silently. You are not wasting time, even now. As you listen, your fluency is growing. Train your mouth to think in Iangela Sach. Now go to the mouth, yes. The mouth. You already know this. To speak. Fluently, your mouth must move like a native speaker's mouth. That means different shapes, different muscle memory, different breath control. Let's try an exercise together. Say this slowly. I am learning English. Every day, I grow. My voice is getting stronger. Now say it faster. Feel the movement. Feel how your tongue hits the roof of your mouth. Feel how the R sounds vibrate in your throat. Feel how the L dances behind your teeth. This is not just pronunciation. This is training your mouth to speak automatically. Do this often. Repeat common phrases out loud. How are you today? I'm feeling good. What time is it? I want to learn. I'm ready to speak. Say them with different emotions. Happy, sad, loud, whispered. Train your mouth in all ways. Then, when a real conversation happens, your mouth knows what to do, how to track your progress without stress. A big question learners ask is, how do I know I'm improving? That's a good question. But here's the problem. Progress is slow, invisible. You don't always feel it, so don't measure your success by big things like can I speak perfectly? Or can I watch Hollywood movies yet? Instead, measure small signs. You understand this story better than before. You repeat a full sentence without stopping. You speak to yourself without translating. You smile more when speaking. English. You catch words in songs or movies you didn't hear before. These are real wins. Keep a small progress journal if you like. Or just notice how things feel each week. Fluency is not a finish line. It's a journey. Celebrate each small step. That's how you stay motivated for 60 days down beyond.you. Have already CHNGE. Now I want to tell you something important. You may not see it yet, but you've already changed. You've already done something most people never do. You listened, you repeated, you showed up. You made a commitment. Do you know how rare that is? Millions of people wish to speak English, but most never try. Most say, maybe later. Most get stuck in fear. But you moved forward. You pressed play. You kept listening. You kept learning. That means something has already changed inside. You are no longer the person who only dreams. You are the person who does, and that is the person who becomes fluent. Prepare for the next levels. We come to the end of Chapter 2. I want you to take a moment to breathe deeply. Inhale, exhale. Now say this out loud with me. I am improving. I am speaking. I am learning. I will not stop. English is now part of me. This is your power. This is your story. Chapter 3 will take you deeper. You'll start building real speaking fluency. You'll explore confidence, fast thinking, listening power, and connection. You'll learn how to think like a speaker, not a student. You'll stop worrying. You'll start speaking. And most of all, you'll feel proud of your progress. Chapter 3. Activating confidence and speaking power. You are ready for Moo-Ray. Welcome back. You made it to Chapter 3, and that says something important about you. You didn't just start this journey. You stayed. You've listened through thousands of words. You've trained your mouth. You've changed your thinking. You've made it past the hardest part, the beginning. Now we go even deeper. Now we activate your confidence, your speaking power, and your English identity. Chapter 3 is where your English begins to live inside you. This is where you stop learning English and start being an English speaker. Speaking is not just language, it's identity. May not realize this, but the moment you speak in English, you are becoming someone new. Yes, someone new. Speaking English is not just using new words, it's becoming someone who communicates across cultures, feels free in conversations, can work, travel, or study anywhere, shares thoughts with the world, understands people far away. So ask yourself, who am I becoming? You're not just a student anymore. You're becoming a communicator, a connector, a confident speaker, a global citizen. Let that identity shape how you speak. Don't think, I'm just learning. Think, I'm becoming. This mindset changes everything. Confidence comes from repetition. Let us talk about the number one question learners ask. How can I become more confident when I speak English? Here's the truth. Confidence is not magic. Confidence is not a feeling that appears suddenly. Confidence is the result of repetition. The more you repeat something, the more natural it feels. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're walking on a new road. At first, you're unsure. You look down. You walk slowly. You don't know where the road goes, but if you walk that road every day, what happens? Soon, you know it by heart. You walk faster. You look up. You trust your steps. That's what happens with English. The more you repeat, "How are you today? I want to learn English. Can you help me? I like this." The more confident you feel, because your brain and mouth begin to say, "I know this road. I've been here before. Let's go." So don't wait for confidence. Create it with small, daily repetitions. Real confidence comes from accepting mistake, as let me tell you a secret. Confident speakers don't avoid mistakes. They allow them. They accept them. Here's what confidence really sounds like. I might say it wrong, but I'll say it anyway. If I make a mistake, it's okay. I will try now and improve later. You see, confident people don't speak perfectly. They speak boldly. They speak with courage, not fear. So the next time you feel nervous, say this to yourself: mistakes are my teachers. Every error is progress. Every try is a win. The more mistakes you make, the more you grow. Let go of fear. It's not helping you. Grab hold of courage. It's waiting for you. Fast thinking starts with familiar PHRAs. It's another question I hear a lot. How can I think faster in English? Let's break this down. Thinking fast doesn't mean using big words. It means using familiar phrases that come quickly to your mind. Let me show you how it works. Instead of thinking in single words like I want water, you train your brain with full phrases. Can I have some water? I'm feeling thirsty. Do you have anything to drink? These full phrases should become automatic-like habits. That's why, in this story, I repeat key phrases many times. Because when you've heard them 10, 20, 30 times, they become part of your speaking memory. Here are some great ones too. Master, I'm not sure. That's interesting. What do you mean? Can you say that again? Let me think. I don't understand yet. It's okay. Take your time. Practice them out loud. Walk around saying them. Whisper them. Shout them. Make them yours. When these are automatic, your thinking becomes fast. Your replies become smooth. And your confidence grows like fire. Activate your speaking MUCLL now. It's time for your speaking workout. We're going to train your speaking muscle. Yes, it's a real thing. The more you use your voice in English, the stronger it gets. Let's do a quick set of repetitions together. Repeat each sentence after me 3 times. Out loud. I can do this. I will speak English. I don't have to. Be perfect. I'm learning every day. Mistakes help me grow. English is becoming easier. My voice is strong. I believe in myself. Now say them again, but faster, then slower. Then, with a smile, you are not just practicing words. You are retraining your brain and your voice to work together in English. This is not theory. This is transformation. How to start speaking with OTHRS. Now that you're gaining confidence. You might ask, how do I practice speaking with other people? First, don't wait for native speakers. You can practice with anyone, including yourself. Here's how. Talk to yourself in English. Narrate your actions. Describe what you're doing. Say your plans out loud. Record your voice. Use your phone to speak about your day. Listen to yourself. Notice your improvement each week. Use online platforms or apps. Find English learners like you. Don't worry about accents. Speak simply, slowly, and clearly. Practice common situations. Ordering food, asking for directions, introducing yourself, talking about your job or hobbies. The more you simulate real conversations, the more ready you feel when they actually happen. Conversation is not perfect English, it's real. Angel Lhasa Chu might think. Fluent speakers use perfect grammar. They don't dot in real life. Conversations are fast, flexible, and sometimes messy. Native speakers skip words, use slang, make grammar mistakes, repeat themselves, say like, and yet they communicate perfectly fine. So stop trying to sound like a textbook. Start sounding like you. Speaking clearly and simply. Here's a tip. Speak like you're talking to a friend. Relax your face. Use your hands. Use simple words, because conversation is not about showing off, it's about connection. Your story is your power. Let's finish chapter 3 with something powerful. Your story matters. Don't just learn English, talk to use English to tell your story. Tell people where you're from, why you're learning, what you want to do, what you're proud of, what dreams you have. Start simple. My name is Sam. I live in Brazil. I'm learning English to travel. I want to visit Canada. I like music and cooking. Thank you for listening. That's it. Oh, yes. That's a real conversation. As you grow, your story grows. You'll add more details, more feelings, more confidence. Let your voice carry your story into the world, because you have something to say, and English is your tool to say it. Review. Your fluency foundation is strong. Let's review what you've learned in Chapter 3. You're becoming a speaker, not just a learner. Your identity is changing. Confidence is built through repetition. Speak often. Repeat out loud. Build trust in your voice. Mistakes are your allies. Accept them. Learn from them. Laugh at them. Fast thinking comes from familiar phrases. Train your brain with full expressions. Your mouth is your muscle. Speak daily. Record. Repeat. Move your voice. Real conversations are simple. Don't aim for perfect English. Aim for connection. Your story is your power. Share it. Own it. Speak it. Your mission for the next 20 days. You've completed Part 1. Over 30,000 words of real English learning. Now your mission is this. Speak out loud for 10 minutes every day. Talk about your day. Repeat sentences from this story. Record your thoughts. Tell your story in simple English. Every day. No break. Let your voice become your teacher. Because fluency doesn't come from books. It comes from your voice, and your voice is ready. Chapter 4. Building daily fluency and speed shift begins on. Welcome back. You've made it through part 1. That's already something powerful in those 30,000 words. You changed more than just your mind. You changed your habits. You changed how you feel about speaking. You planted the seeds of confidence and began building your English brain. But now the real shift begins. In part 2, we're not just going to listen, speak, and repeat. We're going to live in English every day, in every small way. We're going to train speed, create flow, and move your English from study to automatic. This is the part where English becomes part of you. Why daily fluency, matters? Let me ask you something. Have you ever watched someone ride a bicycle? They move fast, smooth, no thinking, no hesitation. They just ride now. Imagine if they only practiced once a week. Would they be that good? Of course not. That's the same with English. Fluency is not something you understand and then know forever. It's something you do every single day. Fluency is like fire. If you don't keep adding wood, it burns out. That's why daily practice is the secret of all fluent speakers. You don't have to study for hours. You just have to show up daily. Let me give you the magic number. 10 minutes a day. That's all it takes to stay on fire. If you give 10 minutes to your voice, your ears, and your thoughts in English every day, you will keep growing. So part 2 is about daily action. You will learn to build fast reflexes, use English in real life situations, speak without fear or translating practice. Without needing books or teachers, make English a natural part of your life. Are you ready? Good. Let's begin your daily fluency training. The 4 Fluency FLA to build daily fluency. We'll focus on 4 areas every day. I call them the 4 fluency flames. These are like fuel for your brain. They are listen, repeats, peak, think. Let me explain each one. Lesson listening is where everything starts. Your ears are your teachers. Every word you hear is planting seeds. So what should you listen to? The answer is anything simple and real. You can listen to this story again and again, simple English YouTube videos, ZZ podcasts, short English audio, lessons English, music, slow, clear songs, but the key is this: listen every day, even for just 5 minutes. Put in your earphones. Walk, sit, relax. Just let the sounds enter your brain. You don't have to understand everything. Even if you understand only 50%, it's okay, because your brain is learning in the background. It's building sound, patterns. It's collecting rhythm. It's preparing you to speak. Remember this: you can't say what you've never heard, so the more you listen, the more you'll soon be able to speak too. Repeat at teen, now that you've listened. It's time to repeat. This is the most important part of your training. You must open your mouth. Speaking begins with copying what you hear. So here's what you do. Find a sentence you like, pause the audio, repeat it out loud. Try to match the speed, rhythm, and feeling. Say it again and again. For example, Say you hear me say, I don't understand yet. You pause. Then you say, I don't understand yet. I don't understand yet. I don't understand yet. You don't just say the words. You feel the words. Say it like you're surprised. Say it like you're laughing. Say it like you're serious. This is not boring repetition. This is active speaking training. And if you do this daily, even for 3 to 5 minutes, your mouth becomes faster. Your memory becomes stronger. Your English becomes automatic. 3. SPA Kane. Now we come to the third flame. Speaking freely. This is where you stop repeating others and start creating your own English. Don't wait for someone to ask you a question. Just speak. Here are 3 simple ways to speak every day. A. Describe what you see. Walk around your house and say, this is a chair. I am in the kitchen. My phone is on the table. I'm drinking tea. Describe everything around you in simple English. This is daily. Fluency. B. Talk about what you're doing as you move through your day. Say, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm going to the shop. I'm cooking food. I'm watching a video. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need movement. C. Talk about your day to yourself in the evening. Speak out loud for 2 minutes. Say what you did. I woke up early. I went to work. I was tired. I ate lunch with my friend. I listened to this story. Now I'm relaxing. Are training your brain to use English like your first language. 4. Tayong kata. Ka. Fourth fluency flame is silent, but powerful. Thinking in English. This is the moment when your brain starts to move naturally in English. It's a quiet, invisible victory. And the more you do it, the easier everything else becomes. Start with small thoughts. I'm hungry. I need to sleep. That's a nice shirt. It's raining. Where is my phone? Think these thoughts in English, not in your native language. At first, it feels slow. That's okay, but keep doing it every day. Soon, you'll notice something amazing. You stop translating. You begin to think directly in English. That's fluency. The power of SHOWING. Now, I want to give you a special technique. It's one of the fastest ways to improve your speaking. It's called shadowing. Here's how it works. If you listen to someone speaking English like this story at the same time, you speak with them like a shadow. You try to copy their pronunciation, speed, tone, and feeling. You speak just 1 to 2 seconds behind the speaker, like an echo, for example. Say, I'm going to the store. And you say, I'm going to the store? Right after me. Almost at the same time. You don't pause. You don't translate. You just copy quickly and confidently. At first, it's difficult. But after a few tries, it becomes easier. This trains your mouth and brain to work fast. Do this for 5 minutes a day, and you will see big changes in your fluency. Fluency is a lifestyle, not a lesson, let's be honest. Most people want to learn English. Like a school subject, they want to finish one lesson, move to the next, and complete the course. But fluency doesn't work that way. Fluency is not a lesson. You finish. Fluency is a lifestyle you live. And when I say lifestyle, I don't mean something big and difficult. I mean something small and daily. Like thinking in English when walking, repeating 5 sentences while brushing your teeth, talking to yourself about what you're cooking, listening to English while making tea, saying one new phrase to yourself before. But don't need to change your life. You just need to add English into your life. Let it become your background sound. Let it become your thinking language. Let it become your daily companion. Exposure before PRFCTON. Here's something important most learners never hear. It's better to hear 1,000 correct sentences than to study 100 grammar rules. Let that sink in. Exposure, listening, reading, hearing real English again and again is more powerful than studying rules. Why? Because your brain learns through patterns, not rules. Think of a baby. A baby hears a sentence like, "Do you want some water?" Maybe hundreds of times. Eventually, without studying grammar, the baby starts saying, "I want water." And later, "Do you want juice?" That's how real learning works. So don't worry if you don't understand the grammar right. Now, just keep listening and exposing your brain to English. The patterns will become clear over time. Reviewing builds SPED. Now, let's talk about something simple but powerful. Review. Many learners always want something new words, new lessons, new videos, but real fluency comes from old material, repeated many times. Every time you re-listen to a sentence, your brain understands more, remembers better, speeds up processing, strengthens pronunciation, builds speaking confidence. So don't be afraid to repeat the same part of this story multiple times. Each time you listen, you are building something stronger and faster in your mind. Review is not going backward. Review is how you move forward faster. Stop translating, start. Fellow and Jean. Now let's fix a common fluency blocker. Translation. When you hear or speak English, does your brain quickly go back to your native language? That's normal at the start, but now that you're growing, you want to move beyond that because translation slows you down. Imagine this. You want to say, "I'm tired," but your brain first thinks in your language, then searches for each word, then builds the sentence, then speaks. That takes 5 to 10 seconds. Too slow for conversation. So what's the solution? Feel the phrase directly in English. Let your brain connect the situation with the English sentence. When you're tired, just think and say, "I'm tired." No more translation. Do this with common phrases. "I don't know." "I'm hungry." "That's funny." "I'm not sure." "Let's go." Say them often. Use them in real life. Match them with emotions, and slowly you will stop translating and start thinking in English. How to create your own fluency mini habits. Big changes don't come from big plans. They come from small daily habits that repeat again and again. Let me give you 5 small fluency habits you can do every day in just 5 to 10 minutes to 1. Morning. Mouth warm up right after waking up. Say, "Good morning. I am awake. Today I will speak English. I feel good. I am ready." Say this out loud while looking in the mirror. This wakes up your English voice. Point 2. Walk and talk. Walk even inside your home. Talk about what you see. That's my window. I see the sun. I'm walking to the kitchen. My shoes are here. You don't need to be perfect. Just speak. 3. English Echo Game Pick. 1 to 2 minutes of this story. Play a sentence, pause, repeat it. Try to match the sound. Speed. Feeling. Do this 3 times. That's it. Simple, fast, powerful. For daily journal, voice, or text, say or write 3 sentences about your day. Today was good. I went to the shop. I listened to English. I am learning fast. Even 3 short lines builds your fluency. Muscle. 5. Nighttime confidence loop. Before sleeping, say, I did well today. I am learning English. I will speak fluently. Leave in myself. Let this be your final thought. Your brain will remember it. These habits are simple, but they are powerful if done daily. The secret is not doing a lot. The secret is doing a little every day. The emotional side of a fellow Ernst. Take a moment to talk about feelings. Fluency is not just about words. It's also about self-doubt, confidence, of fauspries. Even when you know the words, your mouth doesn't open. Why? Because your heart is afraid of being wrong, afraid of sounding strange, afraid of being judged. But listen to me closely now. Nobody speaks perfectly. Not even native speakers. You are allowed to speak slowly. You are allowed to forget words. You are allowed to make mistakes. That's how all fluent people started. Let go of perfection. Speak with emotion. Instead, speak with joy. Speak with effort. Speak with belief. Fluency doesn't live in grammar. Fluency lives in courage. Building your English. WORLD. You want to grow faster. Surround yourself with English. Here are easy ways to build your English world at home. Change your phone language to English. Watch simple English YouTube videos. Put English sticky notes on objects in your room. Follow English speaking pages. On social media, play music with clear English lyrics. Set reminders in English, like drink water or practice now. Speak to pets, plants, or your mirror in English. Create a world where English is normal. This is how you move from student to speaker. Visualize your future. Let's finish with something powerful. Close your eyes. Now imagine it's day 60. You're sitting in a coffee shop. A tourist asks, "Excuse me, do you speak English?" You smile and say, "Yes, I do. How can I help?" You talk. You laugh. You understand. You feel free. You are not nervous. You are not thinking too hard. You're just being you, but in English. Now open your eyes. That version of you is real, and every time you speak, think, or listen in English, you are stepping closer to that version. Chapter 5, Speaking Fluently and Fearlessly. This is your final STP. Welcome to the final part of your journey. By now, you've listened, practiced, repeated, and spoken thousands of words. You've created new habits. built your confidence. You've started thinking in English. So let me say this clearly. You've already won. Yes, you heard me right. The fact that you are still here, listening to this final chapter. The fact that you've made it through over 30,000 words of daily practice. The fact that your voice has gotten stronger, your heart more confident, and your thoughts more fluent. That means you've already won. But now, we're going to go one step further. In this final part, we will focus on how to speak more naturally, how to speak in longer sentences, how to train for real conversations, how to handle difficult topics in simple words, and how to keep improving for life. This is the chapter where you stop being a learner and fully become a speaker. Why natural speech is more important than perfect. Speech talk about something many learners get wrong. They think fluency means speaking perfect English, no mistakes, no grammar errors, no hesitation. But that's not true. Fluency doesn't mean perfect. Fluency means natural. You can speak slowly, simple words. You can pause and think. You can use short, clear sentences and still be a fluent speaker. Think about how native speakers talk every day. They say, I think, like, it's kinda hard. I mean, yeah, I guess so. It's not perfect, but it's real. So stop worrying about sounding like a textbook. Start sounding like you, speaking from your heart. Speaking longer sentences, step by step. Let's now build your ability to speak longer. More natural sentences. The trick is to connect small pieces, one by one. Here's how. Start with this. I like coffee. Now add, I like coffee. In the morning. Now add more. I like coffee in the morning because it helps me feel awake. And more. I like coffee in the morning because it helps me feel awake, and I enjoy the taste too. From a short sentence, you built a full idea. You don't need to use big words. You just need to add details. Try these starters. I enjoy. I usually, because it, and also, it makes me feel. Here's another example. I go for a walk. Go for a walk every evening. Go for a walk every evening to relax. I go for a walk every evening to relax after work, and I listen to English while walking. Now it sounds fluent, but it's still made of easy words. This is how you speak longer. Without stress, training for real conversation. Now prepare for something very exciting. Real conversations with real people. Maybe it's a tourist. Maybe it's a coworker. Maybe it's someone online. Maybe it's just a friend. But the moment will come when someone speaks to you in English. And when it does, I want you to feel ready. So let's train for it. Step 1. Use simple conversation starters. Here are some you can practice daily. Hi, how are you? What's your name? Where are you from? Do you live around here? What do you do? That's interesting. Tell me more. I'm learning English. These are friendly, simple, and very common. Say them out loud. Practice them often. Step 2. Listen actively when someone speaks to you. Don't try to understand every word. Focus on their tone key words, their emotions, their body language. You miss a word. It's okay. You can say, "Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't catch that. Can you say it slower? I'm still learning. Please speak slowly." These are normal. People will understand. Step 3. Don't fear silence sometimes. You'll feel nervous and want to reply fast, but you don't need to rush. It's okay to pause and think. Say, "Let me think. That's a good question. Well, I think." This gives you time to form your answer and makes you sound more natural. Talking about different topics in simple ing losiclets now build your ability to talk about different topics. You don't need special vocabulary. You just need simple sentences and confidence. 1. Talking about your day. Today, I woke up early. I had breakfast. I went to work. It was a little busy. After work, I came home and relaxed. To English. Easy words. Clear message. Point 2. Talking about hobbies. I like music. I listen every day. My favorite singer is _I. Enjoy relaxing with music. Sometimes I sing too. Use short sentences. Speak naturally. 3. Talking about food. I like spicy food. Often. Eat rice and chicken. I enjoy cooking at home. Sometimes I eat out. My favorite drink is coffee. The topic is simple, but you're training your voice. Point 4. Talking about dreams. I want to travel. I want to visit new countries. I want to meet people and speak English. Want to learn more and grow. This makes your English personal, emotional, real. Dealing with doubt, fear, and Fluently let's pause and talk about something real, the emotional side of learning alone. Sometimes, even with daily practice, you feel, am I improving? Why is this still hard? Will I ever speak fluently? No one supports me. I feel stuck. That's normal. That's human. Every learner feels that. But you must remember this. Fluency is not a straight road. It's a climb. Some days are easy. Some days feel hard. You're still growing. Even when you feel tired, you're still improving. Even when you feel alone, you're not. Because you're not doing this for others. You're doing it for you. What to do after. 60 days. Now we come to a big moment. The end of 60 days. What happens next? Simple. You keep going. Because by now, English is not just something you're learning. It's part of your daily life, part of your mind, part of your voice, part of your story. So after 60 days, keep speaking every day, listening to English content, using English in real life, repeating useful phrases, thinking in English, feeling confident and proud. You don't stop. You grow further. The truth. There is no synoxide. And here's the truth. There's no finish line. There's no day when you know everything. Even native speakers are still learning new words every year. So don't wait for a perfect moment. Celebrate your progress every day. You already did something amazing. You changed your routine. You trained your voice. You stopped giving up. You believed in yourself. You finished a 45,000-word story. That is not small. That is powerful, and that is forever. Now, speak your story. This is your final task. Speak your story. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just real. Speak about why you started what. You learn how you feel, what you want next. Speak it slowly, clearly, from your heart. Record it. Share it, or keep it for yourself. But speak it, because this is your victory. Final message to why. Let me now say this. From me to you, I'm proud of you. You stayed with me until the end. You gave time, energy, focus, and heart. You took your dreams seriously. You didn't give up. You are not just a student. You are a speaker, and this is only your beginning. Keep going. I believe in you.